שוב העדן אוהל במבואות אבקר ועולה האבק בשבילי עפר וההק עוצמת ענבלים מלבד משך הצלים ערב בא, ערב בא.
Behemoth, the largest animal that lives on land, was fashioned from clay. So Jewish legend asserts. By the Holy One, blessed be the Eternal, on the sixth day of creation. It was created solely to be served at the end of days, as one of the delicacies at the Messianic banquet. I'm not too sure what I think about legendary beasts, but I do know the importance of pets and also the animals in the world around us as well. So we dedicate this service, this Sabbath, to Rosh Hashanah Labhema, the new year for animals. Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu achanenu asher Shabbat. Amen. Amen. And if she doesn't... Wait, yeah. If she manages to not light fire, why would you open the door?
There are blessings for everything within Judaism. There is even a blessing for Isaac's cat and all those you're about to see. Yisimcha Elohim keYehuda ha'aryeh. May God make you like the Lion of Judah. Amen.
Milk for the Cat by Harold Monroe. When the tea is brought at 5 o'clock, and all the neat curtains are drawn with care, the little black cat with bright green eyes is suddenly purring there. At first she pretends, having nothing to do, she has come in merely to blink by the grate. But though tea may be late or the milk may be sour, she is never late. And presently her agate eyes take a soft, large, milky haze, and her independent, casual glance becomes a stiff, hard gaze. The children eat and wriggle and laugh. The two old ladies stroke their silk. But the cat is grown small and thin with desire, transformed to a creeping lust for milk. The white saucer, like some full moon, descends at last from the clouds of the table above. She sighs and dreams and thrills and glows, transfigured with love. A long, dim ecstasy holds her life. Her world is an infinite, shapeless white, till her tongue has curled the last holy drop. Then she sinks back into the night, draws and dips her body to heap her sleepy nerves in the great armchair, lies defeated and buried deep, 3 or 4 hours unconscious there.
There is many a home of a congregant that I have entered, where there have been ministering angels looking out, making sure that the occupant of that home was safe and well, that the stranger who had walked into their home was going to be friendly towards them. Our pets are sometimes our ministering angels, those that look after us in our own homes. And there are also those small ministering angels that we take for granted in the world around us, but without whom our food would not be produced and much of our ecosystem would not be as it is today. Let us welcome in our ministering angels for Shabbat.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Malachei
לשלום, בואכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום. מלאכי עליון, מלאכי עליון, מי מלך מלכי המלכים. הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברוך הוא לשלום, ברוך הוא לשלום, מלאכי השלום. מלאכי עליון, מלאכי עליון, מי מלך מלכי המלכים. הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Seitzechem leshalom, Seitzechem leshalom, Malachei hashalom. Malachei elyon, Malachei elyon, mi melech malchei hamlachim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Thunderbirds by Charles Middleburgh. Heathrow, a place not of serenity but anxiety, a place not of stasis but transition, a place not of beauty but function. Bright pairs of eyes appear in the middle distance, a cascade of aircraft swooping from the sky, a screech of tires, a roar of brakes, an exhalation of engines, a cacophony of sound. Yet, from the tumult pipes another voice, complex, clever, an expression of an ancient song echoing from the dawn of humankind, when flight was strictly for the birds. Ascending from a runway verge, contemptuous of surrounding metal birds, a skylark sings his ageless tune, pouring forth a torrent of notes that soar above the soulless thunder that is their backdrop. A moment of serenity and calm, a moment of stasis and stability, a moment of beauty complete within itself.
I believe they say that one should never work with children or animals, but on occasions you can get animals to play, frolic around in the fields, and even to give a response to the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
We've enjoyed that section of our service with our cats. And of course, let's now move on to our dogs, with a blessing for dogs. Yisimcha Elohim kakalev hane'eman. May God make you like Caleb, the loyal one. Amen.
This is Nook. Good girl. Lie down. Good girl. Out. Good girl. Sit. Lie down. Good girl. Sit. Sit. Lie down. Sit. Paw. Yes, good girl. Paw. Good girl. So we've had Nook for 7 months and she helps us go walking in this beautiful forest like 2-3 times a day. and we are very happy just giving each other lots and lots and lots of love and cuddles every day. Aren't we? Yeah.
The Wren by Charles Middleburgh. Troglodytes, troglodytes, a long name for a tiny bird. A ski jump tail and eye stripes like a robber's mask. This is no small brown bird. In flight or flit, its jerky movements reminiscent of a clockwork toy. Despite its size and simple pattern, the wren has one great skill. It is the Pavarotti of British birds, its song a dazzling mix of swagger and seduction, laser-like through the dawn, a proud and perfect cacophony of notes, reminding rivals, predators, and ornithologists that size isn't everything.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai, Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam, Leolam, Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai, Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam, Leolam, Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai, Echad.
Ani Adonai, Ani Adonai, Ani Adonai Elohechem. Ani Adonai, Ani Adonai, Ani Adonai Elohechem. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני, אני אדוני, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אני אדוני, אני אדוני, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות להם לאלוהים. אני אדוני, אני אדוני, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אני אדוני, אני אדוני, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Dog by Harold Monroe. You, little friend, your nose is ready. You sniff, asking for that expected walk, your nostrils full of the happy rabbit whiff, and almost talk. We are going out! You know the pitch of the word, probing the tone of thought as it comes through fog and reaches by devious means, half smelt, half heard, the four-legged brain of a walk-ecstatic dog. Now, sending a little look to us behind, who follow slowly the track of your lovely play, you carry our bodies forward away from mind into the light and fun of your useless day. Thus, for your walk, we took ourselves and went out by the hedge and the tree to the open ground. You ran in delightful strata of wafted scent over the hill without seeing the view. Beauty is smell upon primitive smell to you. To you, as to us, it is distant and rarely found. Home. And further joy will be surely there, supper waiting full of the taste of bone. You throw up your nose again and sniff and stare for the rapture known of the quick wild gorge of food, and the still lie down, while your people talk above you in the light of candles, and your dreams will merge and drown into the bed-delicious hours of night.
atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai, haporez sukat shalom aleinu. Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Hashkivenu Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu Malkeinu לשלום. ברוך אתה אדוני, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו. ברוך אתה אדוני, ברוך אתה אדוני, ועל כל יושבי תבל. ועל כל יושבי תבל. ועל כל יושבי תבל.
Snake by D.H. Lawrence. A snake came to my water trough on a hot, hot day, and I in pyjamas for the heat, to drink there. In the deep, strange scented shade of the great dark carob tree, I came down the steps with my pitcher, and must stand and wait, for there he was at the trough before me. He reached down from a fissure in the earth wall in the gloom, and trailed his yellow-brown slackness soft-bellied down, over the edge of the stone trough, and rested his throat upon the stone bottom. And where the water had dripped from the tap in a small clearness, he sipped with his straight mouth, softly drank through his straight gums into his slack, long body silently. Someone was before me at my water trough, and I, like a second comer, waiting. He lifted his head from his drinking, as cattle do, and looked at me vaguely, as drinking cattle do, and flickered his two-forked tongue from his lips, and mused a moment, and stooped and drank a little more, being earth-brown, earth-golden from the burning bowels of the earth, on the day of Sicilian July, with Etna smoking. The voice of my education said to me, he must be killed, for in Sicily the black snakes are innocent, the gold are venomous. And voices in me said, if you were a man, you would take a stick and break him now and finish him off. But must I confess how I liked him? How glad I was he had come like a guest in quiet to drink at my water trough and depart peaceful, pacified and thankless into the burning bowels of this earth? Was it cowardice that I dared not kill him? Was it perversity that I longed to talk to him? Was it humility to feel so honoured? I felt so honoured. And yet those voices, if you were not afraid, you would kill him. I looked round, I put down my pitcher. I picked up a clumsy log and threw it at the water trough with a clatter. I think it did not hit him, but suddenly that part of him that was left behind convulsed in an undignified haste, writhed like lightning, and was gone into the black hole, the earth-lipped fissure in the wall front, at which, in the intense, still noon, I stared with fascination. And immediately I regretted it. I thought, how paltry, how vulgar, what a mean act. I despised myself and the voices of my accursed human education, and I thought of the albatross, and I wished he would come back, my snake, for he seemed to me again like a king in exile, uncrowned in the underworld, now due to be crowned again. And so I missed my chance with one of the lords of life, and I have something to expiate, a pettiness.
Rabbi Charles H. Middleborough says, "We should contemplate the natural world not as disconnected observers, but as active participants. We are part of nature, but unlike the rest of the animal kingdom, we alone have the ability to save it or to do it irreparable damage. Animals and birds, reptiles and fish, and myriads of insects offer us opportunities for wonder, amusement, inspiration, and the purest joy. Those who share creation with us should be counted as precious to us as ourselves, for without their presence, our own existence would be immeasurably the poorer. So let us treasure nature, the inspiration for so much dignity, beauty, and poetry, and let us honour and cherish the earth, which provides a home for us all."
We have celebrated our pets during this service, a variety of them, and I'm sure maybe you've got some more at home as well. But what about the animals down on the farm? We are going to go down onto the farm on this Shabbat, remembering that when we're instructed through the Ten Commandments for us to not labour and do our work, that we are also not meant to send our children into labour, nor, if we have them, any slaves or servants, or the strangers in our settlements, or the cattle. We're going to go to a very special farm, not in this country, but in the Czech Republic.
I am happy to join the animal service with a contribution from a lovely place in Bohemia. I'm Barbara, and I live with my family in nature preserve area on the halfway between Prague and Pilsen. It's a green hilly place I fell in love with 18 years ago when expecting my first child, and we've stayed ever since. We are not exactly farmers, we just live the way most people do here, tending our garden and keeping livestock. We produced most of our food supply and bought excess eggs for honey, milk and other goods. Since we work full-time, we only keep the key mothers and promising males of all animals over winter, like a little Noah's Ark, and grow the young from spring on. So there's plenty of life around during the summer then. In this year, first came the little lambs, sweet round triplets in March and another 3 pairs in May. What a good luck this year is rich in rain and all is green. They enjoy the abundance of grass. We had chickens of our Marans breed and buy all others. Marans is an old French dual breed with chocolate-colored eggs. It's amazing to watch the young chicks break the eggshell and soon become a downy ball on 2 legs. They grow into majestic birds and like to graze all day on greens and fruits. In May we buy the chicken of other poultry, geese and broilers for this year, and grow them into big and healthy birds. We try to make sure our animals have a happy life. They like to have enough food and water. They enjoy sun and space and company of others. They feel safe if life goes in predictable ways, and they are protected in their pens and shelters from weather and prey animals. They trust the people who care for them. Life goes here in cycles. They have their routines, seasons reach their milestones, and in the year's end, only the strongest will last, like in the Noah's Ark. That's how it worked through ages. It's not sad. Every day matters and is worth making it a good one. We are really grateful and value everything we get from the garden. It makes one humble to see what is behind all goods. Lots of work and lots of love. Though I'm not sure if our 3 teenagers would use exactly the same words, but hopefully once they grow up, the cycle would continue. So let me join our flock to today's celebration. Thank you.
On Thursday and Friday of creation, the 5th and 6th days, all of the animals of the world, it says, were created. First the fish and the birds, and then finally everything that creeps, crawls or slithers on the earth. And at the end of the 6th day, the end of Friday, God said, "Let us make a human being in our image, after our likeness, and let them take charge of the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the animals, the whole earth, and everything that creeps on the ground." From this, Judaism understands that we have a stewardship role on God's planet, that we should look after all of the animals that were created, that we are here as temporary beings, that we should look after what we hope is more permanent than us. There is also the notion of tsar ba'alei chayim, that we should not do to animals any kind of cruelty. A notion that, yes, we do use animals in certain ways, but in no ways should we bring danger, harm, or hurt to them. Let us take a few moments of silence as we consider both the beauty and the importance of animals within our lives, and also just a little bit about what we can do to make this planet a bit safer for animals as well.
Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav, Huya say shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, ve'yakol b'nei Adam. Huya say shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael. Say shalom, shalom b'mromav, Huya say shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael. Amen.
Then all that has divided us will merge, and then compassion will be wedded to power. And then softness will come to a world that is harsh and unkind. And then both men and women will be gentle, and then both women and men will be strong. And then no person will be subject to another's will. And then all will be rich and free and varied. And then the greed of some will give way to the needs of many. And then all will share equally the earth's abundance. And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old. And then all will nourish the young. And then all will cherish life's creatures. And then everywhere will be called Eden once again.
These kissing cousins are our dog Bertie the Bedlington Terrier, slowing down now after 14 years of faithful service and famed for running beside our bikes on long rides, and young Millie, the busybody schnauzer pup our daughter-in-law Rachel demanded for her Mother's Day present as lockdown loomed over Britain. So Millie's just starting her stint as frisky four-legged friend of Ed, Rach, 7-year-old Alice and 4-year-old Dylan. We celebrate them both today, the old dog to whom you can't teach new tricks and the youngster eager to learn.
We remember those who died in recent days and those who died at this time of the year in years gone by. On this Shabbat, we think especially of those whose yahrzeit falls at this time. Alan Hirsch, the father of Rachel Rickeisen. Benjamin Ellis, the father of Hilton. David Driffel, the father of Duffy Aarons and grandfather of Phil and Debbie. Geraldine Freeman, the mother of Sandy Edelman. Jean Betty Gerstein, the mother of Howard. Minnie Stone, the mother of Maureen Matthias. Shirley Krasner, the mother of Sue. And Stephen Conradi, the brother of Richard and father of James. Zecher Tzadikim Livracha. May all that was dear and good in their lives endure always as a blessing and as a continual influence for good, as we recite together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, Ba'alma divrach Yerotei v'yamlich Malchotei, B'chayachon v'yomachon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, B'gala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevorach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithada v'yithaleh v'yithalal Shemei d'kodeshav v'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, gamiran b'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imomav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol b'nei Adam, v'imru. Amen. May the Most High Source of perfect peace grant peace to us, to all Israel, and to all humanity. And let us say, Amen.
Adon Olam Hashem Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Ve'ein Nasa B'chefsel Kol Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Vehu haya, vehu hove, vehu hiye, betifara Adon Olam. Vehu echad ve'ein sheni, v'hamshilo lahachbira, beli reshit, beli tachlit, v'lo ha'oz, v'hamisra Adon Olam. Vehu eli v'chai go'ali v'tzoheb li b'eit tzara Vehu nisi umanos li menach kosi b'yom ekra Adon Olam Beyado afkir ruchi be'eti shan be'ya'ira Ve'im ruchi gaviyati Adonai li v'lo ira Adon Olam. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
All of us.
The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, oh pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are. You are, you are. What a beautiful pussy you are. pussy said to the owl, "You elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married, too long we have tarried, but what shall we do for a ring?" They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bong tree grows. And there in a wood a piggy-wig stood with a ring at the end of his nose, his nose, his nose, with a ring at the end of his nose. "Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring?" Said the piggy, "I will." So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey that lived on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon. And hand in hand on the edge of the sand they danced by the light of the moon, the moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the moon.
Shabbat Shalom!